but they just don't know.
What I told you, Cutter.
People seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they just don't know.
Huh?
People,
Let's go.
people seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon and we're here on 910 Sports once again. Matter of fact, this season 3, episode 2. You know, I forgot to say that last night on 95 South, but this is season 3, episode 2. And first and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on here and to be, have this blessing to be able to interview great people. Come on here with my brother, Mr. Barry White Jr. himself, Mr. You know what I'm saying, your baby mama's favorite host, Mr. Voiceover Extraordinaire coming soon, Mr. PR publicist, you know what I'm saying, of the year, Mr. Do Everything, Jacob the Great. What's going on, fam?
Oh man, blessed to be in the land of the living. Another day above ground is a chance and a choice, but it's also another day to get it all the way right, man. Love is love, man, and God is love, and love gonna conquer all, no matter what.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So man, listen. Today we got history. To be honest with you, we got a lot of history in the making. You know what I'm saying with this young person. I like to say. I don't want to just say but it's history in the making because what you're doing is one of those things that you can't measure. Uh, it's gonna be over time. But the barriers that you're breaking down is crazy to me when I read your story and the things that you're attempting to accomplish. And so I'm going to and Jacob introduce you, whatever, and we're going to get this interview started.
Well, she's a part of that young generation. She's from Buffalo, New York. So, without further ado, I'm gonna let her introduce herself to the audience. Who better introduce her than herself?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep. Oh, hi. My name is Hi. My name is Leandra. I'm 18 years old. I'm a golfer in Buffalo, New York, and I've did a lot of sports through the years of my life, and um, I'm ready to tell all you guys about it. So,
All right, then. That's what I'm talking about. So, when people ask you, from the public eye, because it's a lot that comes with you. It's a lot
mhm.
to you. So,
Yeah.
when they say, "Who is Leandria?" What is that question? How is that answer for the masses? Because they're gonna be asking you, as your career develops and as your journey continues. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people that want to know who you are. So
hmm
so what type of answer is that? For a question of that.
Well, I would say that Leandra is a woman of God who fulfills her dreams whenever possible, and she's a person who makes impossible things possible, and makes people look up to her when needed. I would like, how do you say it? Who is Leandria? She's a woman of God, basically doing God's work.
Point blank. Period. Point blank. Period. I can dig it. I can dig it. So from the time you was, a child,
hmm
I know I just know you really been in the church and stuff like that, praise and dance. And so did did working in the church, discipline you and shape you for what you have going on now? Like how did that play a major impact of what you have going on now?
Well, it helped me focus on what I'm really, looking forward to. Like it helped me really just know who I am as a person and not look for it in other people. And it helped me really recognize what I can do and what God gave me. It helped me really just stay focused and not get distracted, and it really guided me through the years on how to do it. And you know, it it helped me learn how to talk to people and how to really, you know, live not only through me but through God and how he would handle certain situations. So till this day, the church, not even just the church but the people in it, they helped me really shape and shift who I am today. And you know, even the Bible, it tells me who I am. So they help me. They A lot of people help me for who I am today and where I am today and how I could get to that throughout the years.
You know what? You are a blessing and a lesson for
Thank
real.
you.
Icon E, did you just hear what that young lady said, man? And
I
so,
heard her.
before I go further, Icon, I know you got something you want to say. Because we interview a lot of the youth generation, man, and what she just said, that ain't for the youth. That's for everybody. Whether you 5 years old or you 75 years old, like that's a word. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you chime in and piggyback on what she just said.
I mean, I just think that at the end of the day, that's just the way you're raised, the way you raised. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that in this day and time, we don't have parents who uh kind of have their kids focus on, from that spiritual aspect a lot of times. And I'm just reading what you've accomplished so far in your journey. You're the type of person that's not gonna ever take no for an answer, because you're doing things. Especially, we even got to the football stuff. Like, we even got to that part. You know what I mean? And that's a whole different barrier to break down. We've only had a couple of people on here to actually go that route, but you're trying to be a female to play amongst men, and that's something that's, to me, I'm just ready to get into the story of it. But I know you got a great head on your shoulders, because you have to have a great head on your shoulders. You're talking about you want to be a marine biologist, so I know that
Oh
alone.
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that alone. It's gonna take a lot of effort or whatever just to get through that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Before we get to the sports side, that part right
Right.
there, I was like, you don't see too many of us trying to do marine biologist type stuff. But yeah,
Yep.
but go ahead. We gonna get into it.
Okay. So as far as I know that you're an academic scholar, and I
Mhm.
know that you excel in your grades and have been for quite some time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so as far as the excelling in your grades and the discipline and stuff like that, how does your student body perceive you, and how do you feel like you have impacted your student body?
What do you mean by like student body?
That means your peers that's in school with you. That's your
Oh, okay.
that's your student body. So how have you impacted them, and how do they perceive you? And like, cause the youth is faced with a lot of stuff we wasn't faced with. Like, we didn't have social media, so we
Mhm.
didn't we didn't see a lot. It's like, where were you seen, like, if somebody had to get together, if you seen like all the bicycles or all the cars, like that's where that person was at, that person mom's house. But now you have social media, and it's social media. I just tell my younger people that use it as leverage. Use it as leverage, cause you can get a positive message out there. You can get a positive word out there, and you can connect with people of business that would definitely endorse you, sponsor you, or come to your events and stuff. So when I say your student body, because you're a very positive, motivated type person, and so academically, how have you impacted them, and what type of conversations do you guys have? Because a lot of times you guys might have conversations that you feel like you can't talk to adults with. You got to get the whole synopsis from everybody, how all your younger generation thinks, and then you might sit down with your mom or your pastor, or one of your people in the neighborhood that own a nonprofit or something like that. So what does that look like for you, you know academically and with your student body?
Well, I won't say it has not really impacted no one because I don't, they see me, but they don't really see me. Like, I I talk about God all the time in school, and people, they do get offended by it, and they do, they make it seem like I'm trying to enforce that upon them. or enforce my religion upon them. And a lot of people, they get offended by that. And as an academic scholar, people, they 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 see me as like this type of girl where I'm perfect, and I have everything in my life. Like, no, I'm not perfect. I go through stuff people will go through on a regular basis. And people usually see me and come up to me and ask for advice. They'd be like, "Oh, how you do this, how you do that." Like, I'll talk to them about it. But usually at school, I don't really talk to no one. I'm a quiet person. But usually people come up to me and they ask me certain questions, and I do answer them. But all this stuff going on with me, they see me, but they don't see me, like I said, and they don't really come up to me asking me anything. But I do, okay, I do talk more about God and anything in school, and people usually, they like it, but in a way, it offends them to this
If,
day.
if, even though that you don't talk a lot, and for
Mhm.
them to go out their way and come up and talk to you, that's impactful. That's
Mhm.
impactful. They're
Yep.
saying to themselves, "Oh, she knows," like she's sharp. Like let me go ask her. Maybe she can, you know, uh, change how I look at things, and that can help me better. So you have impacted, even in your quietness, you have impacted people just on how you move mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and academically and intellectually. Like, why does
Yep.
she move like the instinct? Like, why does she move like that? And nothing's never wrong with her, but not knowing that you are of God. God is in you, and so if something is wrong, you already got a personal relationship with God, and so you gonna keep smiling about it. You know what
Yep.
I mean? You know what I mean? So people don't even know the personal battle people may go through, but they can
And see,
keep a
let
smile
me
on their
say
face
this
because
though.
God love them. Go ahead, Akon.
And let me say this or whatever. 'Cause normally I don't interrupt you. I'll let you go. But this is we in a different space right now with this young lady.
Mhm.
The and the kind of advice I want to give you is that, and I just tell my kids this all the time. When you different than everybody else, that means you special. And when you special, that means God is trying to use you in a different type of way. So, what I mean, I know a lot of times young people try to figure out, try to understand why am I different? Why am I over here? People over here and all that. I would say embrace it because too many times in society, everybody wants to be alike. You know what I mean? I used to tell people all the time when I was in high school, everybody that when Jordan phenomenon first came around with the shoes, everybody would come to school first day of school with the same shoes on. And I would say purposely, I'm not gonna get the Jordans because I know it's gonna be 100 people in the school with the same Jordans on. So it's like I want to be different on purpose. Then I tell people, and I made a statement like that on my Facebook page. I say, be different on purpose. Quit trying to always be like everybody else. Because if I got a bowl full of apples, then I'm just gonna grab whatever apple I see. But if I got a bowl full of apples and that one apple is shining more than the other apples, I'm gonna say, what's up with that apple? I want to eat that apple. That apple shining a little bit more than the other apples. You know what I'm saying? So when you different, you know what I'm saying, you stand out of the crowd. But if you act like everybody else, then you just want many people doing the same thing. That's why when you all off to the side and you're not talking and you're not doing everything what everybody else is doing, then everybody like, oh, what's up? It's gonna be a few people that's gonna say, you know what I'm saying, I'm interested in what she got going on. I need advice from her. Those are the people, those are the type of people you want around you. Because those are people that understand, you know what I'm saying, that you're different. And for me to elevate, I need to be around somebody like this to help me elevate. Especially when they see what you're doing with the sports and stuff, and you breaking down barriers and you academically where you at and you spiritually where you at. God gonna put the people around you that you need, not who you want. But go ahead, Jay.
All right. So, um, piggybacking off academically, you want to be a marine biologist, correct?
Mhm. Yep. I do.
Marine biologist. So, with that being said, that's so interesting to me. It's piquing my interest so much, and like my brother stated um, before, that you don't see many of us black and brown people, studying that marine biology, and so just want to know what did you read on it to pique your interest, And can you share with us, the salary of a marine biologist and the type of places that you may get to travel to and the type of soil that you can work on? Because when you say marine biologist, you can be anywhere in the world. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Right.
if you can share that with us.
Well, being a marine biologist, there are different types of, positions you can do, whether it's on ground or deep floor level of the ocean or the top of the ocean or in a lab. Usually, when you're a marine biologist, you go out there in the water, you stay out there on the boat for like probably a few months, and then when you're catching the type of species you're studying, you're also finding different species that no one has ever seen before. So usually when they do that, they go out near the Pacific, North Pacific, South Pacific, out there, and they make sure it's not even just fishes, it's also sharks, there's whales, those are all marine life animals, and they go out there and they study it for a couple of months and they go back to lab, and then it's a long process, but it all depends on which position you want to be in. And I'm majoring it in college. I know the salary is between 60K to like 100K a year, and that's not bad. But the more you're in it, the more money you're gonna make. So that's that's pretty good.
Okay, okay, okay. And
Mhm.
and and, and so, with that being said, colleges that you want to go to, or that have wrote you, or that have offered you, or what are your top five colleges, five top colleges that you would like to, potentially go to?
Um, Howard is my top two. Um, Unity Environmental University is my top one because they do marine biology, and top three, Keyser University. That is a private college for golfers. And what else? What is it? Southern Florida University.
South.
Cause
Oh,
yeah, so I want to, like, when I want to major in, I got to be near the water.
right.
So I could have easy access to anything, even when it includes suits and diving. They give you all that in training. So that's why I'm picking Pacific colleges that is near the water, and also for golfing and sports. So yeah, but I do have more. I just forgot. I know there's one in Lancaster that I want to go to. It's alright, but it's not really what I'm looking for. So,
Uh-huh.
but I have more colleges in mind. I just have to really look up and research.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Where's
Cool, cool, cool.
Hmm?
College? Where's Keyser
Uh,
College or Kaiser College? Where's that?
oh, that is in Fort Lambert, Florida. I think it is.
Okay.
Is that how you say it? Fort Lambert, Florida. Yeah, that's in Florida, but it's kind of farther from the ocean. So because it's for golfers, so it's more near land and you know, golf courses. So yeah,
That's interesting. That's very interesting, man. Like,
I have to look that one up. I heard of Fort Lambert, so I have to look that up. That might be because it sounds like a military area if it's called Fort Lambert. So it sounds like it might be a army area or maybe a navy base or
yeah.
something.
It is private, so I don't know how much they are willing. I don't know how much they're asking for to get in, but it is a private college, so it might be in that type of area, depending on what they're doing and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So athletically,
hmm
when did you start playing sports?
Um, I started playing sports when I was like 5.
Okay, okay, okay. And 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 the first sport that you took liking to was?
Karate. Karate.
So people really don't want to go there with you. I can now see. I can.
She stopped
Oh.
amaze us like we didn't thought she been doing all this other stuff. Then she gone with karate.
Oh man. So man.
Now I want to know
So
what level belt you are. What level belt you at this point?
man, I don't know, man. I don't. I can't
What,
have you getting your
what level
blade
belt?
on
What
with
level
people,
belt?
man.
Yeah.
Nah,
What
nah.
level
I
belt did you get
That was a
to?
long time ago. Huh?
What level belt did you get to?
Probably like a green belt. Not that far, because I've only been in there for like a couple months and then I left. But the next sport I did was drilling. I did drilling.
You
Yeah.
said drilling.
Yeah, drilling. It's like tap. It's not like tap dancing,
Oh,
but it's like, you know, yeah. So you know how they have the cleats under the boots and you like be drilling and doing different types of movements and stuff. That's like drilling. That's drilling.
yeah, like stomp,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
like what they do fraternities and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But
My daughter used to do that. My daughter used to do that. Yeah, they was bad too, but they used to beat everybody. They was like elementary
Yeah.
school beat middle school. They was bad with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What? That
Yeah.
is
They was
crazy.
serious. They were serious. They was serious when she was in it. Yeah, but yeah. So I know exactly
Mm.
what you're talking. Mm-hmm.
okay. Well, continue. Go ahead and continue because this is just piquing my interest. As just go ahead and continue.
Okay. Okay. I did. Yeah, I did 6 years of drilling. 6 years and won 7 tournaments. 7 tournaments. The drill team was Gospel Difference. Yep. So it was like my family was in that. So it basically came down to me and my sister and then we joined and then we started playing for 7 years and after no 6 years and after that I started doing football and football was something that I was like kind of born into because my cousins used to play and I used to always be around like I have a family full of boys. So I was always, around that all the time. So the position I wanted to play was quarterback. I started doing camp like with the girls and stuff. It didn't really work cuz I was like, "Oh my gosh, like these girls are so like cuz I'm built different like my body was like all like bulky. So like the girls used to be scared to play and I'm like, I just want to play. It's just. So then after that I started playing for this other team. It was another girls, but it was older. And I tried to play for my school, but it didn't work. So I just started playing outside of school in this camp for a couple months, and then I joined this worldwide football camp with my best friend. It was all boys, 750 boys, and they've been playing for 4 years. And I was the first girl ever to come on that camp and play with 750 boys. It was so nerve wracking, but I did it. And I was training.
Wow.
It was at a college football stadium. And I think it's like far, far from here. And it was an amazing experience because I get to meet a lot of people that were also on the same path as me. And so I've been playing football for like 3 years probably after that. And then I stopped and I got introduced to golfing. So golfing, I started
Hold
like
on.
Well,
around.
well,
Before you move
Oh,
well.
before you
sorry,
Stop
move
right there, Leon. Just stop right
sorry,
there.
before
sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
Go ahead,
yeah.
Icon.
Before you move on, because
Hmm.
okay, you went to this camp, and I know y'all generation is different than our generation, but how was it being a female playing of football with all these boys? And did they gravitate to you? Were they acting funny? Were they scared to hit you? Because I always ask women like, when you out on that field, do they when they know you're a female, do they be like, ooh, or is it how was that experience when it came to that part?
So they were always soft on me. Like they thought I was this little petite girl, and I'm like, no, I want to get rough. Like I'm like, oh. So they by the time they got to know me, they started actually playing with me and actually not, actually playing how a boy would play. But at first they were scared. They were all like, oh, she's a girl, she don't know how to throw. But when they started seeing me play, they're like, oh, wait, hold on, where you come from? So, but also I forgot to also mention the Stevie Johnson camp. I also went to. I got in for free because but okay, but yeah. So when I went there, it was all college boys. They were all college boys, and they were like, a girl. a girl, like, what is she doing here? So it really intimidated them, I would say. But I did it without no, like, caring what anybody would say, even if I was a young girl or older girl. Like, I didn't care. But I did it. It was really, I was nervous. I was really nervous because I was the
You have
only
to
girl.
you have to sign a waiver being a female playing in voice and all male.
Well, everybody had to sign one. Everybody has. It doesn't matter which gender.
Okay, okay. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like a particular waiver saying because you're a female and you are going to be having physical contact and they hitting you, in a
No,
certain way. So, okay, okay.
nope, nope.
All right,
Got
so
It was, all for everybody.
well,
got
so let's go back to because I didn't get to comment on this, and I want to history.
Mhm.
Uh, 750 boys. You're the only girl,
Mhm.
and you are a woman of color, a black woman at that, and you play with 750 boys of
Mhm.
all different backgrounds and stuff like that. So like that's pretty exclusive. To me, that's pretty exclusive. And so your mind set on thinking like I made it here. 750 boys. I'm the only girl. So how was your mindset?
Whew, a lot of things going on in my mind because I was with someone I knew. Like, I didn't feel scared, but I felt a little nervous, but I also felt confident in myself because I know that I could do it. And if I could reach it there, what else can I reach? It got me in that kind of mindset now. Like, if I made it there, what else can I reach? What else could I do? What bigger position can I be in? So with that whole experience right there, it got me with a higher mindset of what else I can do that is possible. Even if it isn't possible, what else can I do? So it made me want to go for more. That's what it made me do. And it made me really excited that I had to do that I got to do that.
Okay. So you was explaining to us before we had to rewind it back a little bit
Mm,
on about how you was introduced to golf.
yeah. So I was in this mayor summer youth program at Canisius College, and they give off golf lessons. They do it just for like a little hobby or for extra activities to do. But as I was doing it, that this was my first time ever playing. This is 3 years ago. So I was just hitting the ball. I didn't know what I was doing. I just grabbed the club, started hitting it, and the owner of that golf place, he saw me, and he was like, "Who is that young lady right there?" And my manager, he came to me, and he was like, "Oh, the owner of this place want to talk to you and see you." And I came to him, and he was like, "Do you play golf?" And I'm like, "No, I don't play." And he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna teach you. I want to start teaching you." And the first time I ever went to his golf practice was like nerve wracking. Like, it was nerve wracking because I didn't know how to hold a club. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, what I'm doing?" But he taught me, and that was when I knew who my coach was. His name is Ron Horn. He's a Hall of Famer basketball player, and now is a golf coach that teaches young children how to play golf and eventually fulfill their golf career. And once I knew that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm being coached by a D1 basketball player and a 14-year golf coach." Like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So as I start coming
And
back
how old
to
were you?
I'm 18 years old.
No, how old were you when you started playing golf? When
Oh,
you
oh,
when you
oh.
first when
I was 16 years old, turning 16 years old.
So 15
you,
turning 16.
Yep.
time out. So you 16 years old, you 18 now, and you done learn how to play golf that good in 2 years, where you can get a
Three.
scholarship.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Either way, Tiger Woods ain't learn how to play golf that good that quick.
No.
It's a gift. It's a gift that God gifted me with. I never
Yeah.
knew I had.
Lord,
Actually, Icon and Leandra,
Go ahead.
Tiger Woods says that it really took him about 5 years to really know every aspect of the game and to get it down right. And you said you did it in two. Wow.
Yeah, 2, 3, and you get a scholarship for it. Like that's unheard of. Like most of the
Yeah.
kids got to start when they like 5 or 6 and be like that's great. Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
heard
That's
about
crap.
2 years. That's what I heard. People were starting at like 7 to like 40 years old, and and they're still getting it down till this day. And they were like amazed at like how fast I got it down. I'm like, it's a gift that I never knew that God gave me, and He gifted me this for a reason. It's not just for to show, but it's for a reason to reach out to people. So
Man, just let me cover your event while you're on the PGA tour. That's all, man. That's all. That's all. That's all. Just let us come through and cover your event, man. Like, 'cause it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I
Hey,
know.
hey, Jacob, this got to be the most amazing story I've heard since we've been doing this show for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, shit, about almost 4 years. And this is the most amazing story I've heard. We ain't even got through the whole interview. Go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. But this is shocking to me to even hear for myself that I did this. Once I realized how far it can reach to people, that's when it hit me. So now here I am. Hmm.
Mm.
And so this that's what I want to ask you. As far as golfing, when you like, cause a lot of people when they think of New York, they think about the Five Barrels. But
Hmm.
if you have ties with upstate New York and you know about upstate New York, there's a lot of farmland, a lot of golf courses upstate, and a whole bunch of things going on as far as for golf, as far as handball, as far as softball, as far as all those outside sports, they happen upstate New York. You know what I mean? So when people gravitated to you, people from all different type of backgrounds, and they was like, man, how did she learn how to play golf that good? And of course, your coach is bragging on you to these people with all this type of money, these assets, and he was like, yeah, that's my student. You know, Yeah, they be like, how that's your student? Because she is. And
Hmm.
so come and see her so you can see how great she is. And so when you hear things like that your coach is bragging on you and other grown-ups is bragging on you and people from different backgrounds is always complimenting you like within 2 years, within 2.5 years, because you say you started at 15, you was turning 16, about 2.5 years. So when you hear that and you just kind of sit back and really think. Of course, when you hear it, when you face to face, you greet them with a smile, thank you. But when you kind of sit back and really think about it, like, what are your thoughts?
Well, it it surprises me actually. I have a hard time seeing that for myself. So when other people talk about it, they be like, "Wow, you're amazing! Like you're young, you're young." So when people see me as young as I am, they be like, "Oh, she better now. Like what's she gonna be when she turned 20 or when she turned 30?" So it it does shock me when I see people that amazed about me, because that's what I'm dealing with right now, is really seeing me for how other people, not like putting that on me, but just really seeing how other people see me. So it surprises me, it does shock me, but I humble myself and I realize I'm like, okay, yeah, I am that good. You know what I'm saying? I am, but I gotta take that and I gotta really use that towards my whatever I want to do. So that's what I'm really focused on, and yeah, and just really.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
we're gonna switch it over in something that me and your mom talks about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the youth when it comes to how the youth meets community development, and how the youth impacts the community with their efforts to change the narrative of how people see the youth in the community. And so with that, I'll let my partner Icon each start off with asking you some community development questions, and then you'll answer, and then I'll come back in, and so we can chop it up. Because I know that you are a big part of the community, that you love changing the narrative of the community, and you love rebranding and restructuring the community to make it this place where people feel warm and honored to be in the community. So, Icon.
Like I said, because see, the one thing about, because I've been to Buffalo several times, just to let you know. And the thing about Buffalo, if you riding through there, you can tell Buffalo has a lot of poor areas, rundown areas. Buffalo, New York is like a small town, a city considered. If you consider it, if you put it towards New York. So when you think about New York City, New York, you think about the boroughs, your Manhattan and things of that. You don't think about Buffalo, New York. So when you go Buffalo, probably most people that's in the Buffalo area, they think about Niagara Falls. You know what I'm saying? When
Mm-hmm.
they go in that area. So my thing is, I know, a lot of work that can be done in the Buffalo, New York area just by just by me riding, being several occasions and seeing what I'm seeing. So, what's the challenges there, and what growing up, what did you go through or see that made you want to say I need to make an impact in my community?
Well, I grew up in the projects. So with me seeing how people were living and how it was affecting them mentally, like it made me want to change not only for myself but future for my future families and future people. And it really awoke in me how people would want to live. Like, if people want to live that way, you can't change it. But it just made me, when I look at Buffalo and where I went to Florida, and seeing both of them is, it's totally different. Like totally, like people were more happy there, more like wanted to change, want to do more. And here in Buffalo, it's like nothing. And I'm like, guys, we wake up. We gotta do something with our town. I don't. I wanna. I wanna at least, put a figure or a name on Buffalo, because a lot of people, we seem to procrastinate in a lot of things that we want to do and seem to stop ourselves when it comes to certain, even when it comes to community things. We seem to stop ourselves and really just, not do it no more. So seeing how Buffalo is today, in the future, I want to make a change. I want to tell people you could do anything anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in a poor area or a rich area, you could do it, you know? So, where I grew up from and where I am now, it's totally different, like totally different. And I'm happy that I can make that change, not only for myself and my family, but the people around me, my friends. They see me making that change, so now they might want to change. They might want to come from Buffalo and go somewhere place else that they never been before. So,
So speaking of
Yeah.
that, um,
mhm.
what was the different thing for you that opened your eyes up versus you being in Orlando, Florida, and you being in Buffalo, New York?
uh, the people there, and the buildings, and how were they structured, and the community. Period. The people in Florida were more welcome. They were more open. They talked to everybody. They didn't have no cell phone or technology distracting them. People were engaging with one another down there, and they were more happy and wanting to reconstruct everything in the community and want to come together as a community to fight against whatever or build something together. Have more opportunities. Oh snap! Sorry, and have more opportunities with each other. But in Buffalo, I don't see that here. I don't see that people want to come together and, you know, have more stuff to do together. Just as a community, want to rebuild where they live or want to make a change together. I don't see that here no more. Not even, it's not even just black people, but everybody. I don't see that here. So it it opened my eyes and made me really rethink how I want to live, and made me really rethinking how I want to impact others and people around me, even when it comes to people that don't even know me. So it, I would say it broke my heart, because I love people. I love seeing people happy, and when I'm here it feels so drowned, and people are just low vibrational. People don't want to change, and it breaks my heart to see that, because I want to see a change. I want to see a happiness in everywhere I want to go. Even when it comes to the poor areas, nobody's coming together. Nobody's making a plan. Nobody as a community. If you don't see the mayor or the government doing anything, why can't we just do it as a community? Why can't we come together and be comfortable and communicate with each other when it comes to our community or our area where we live in? So that's how it opened my eyes for me, and how it really awoken me, like, oh, I don't see no change. People moving out of Buffalo and coming back probably 5 or 6 years from now, and they still see the same thing. Why is that? Why are we still seeing the same thing? Why are we still seeing the same rundown buildings just demolishing while it's just sitting there? Why are we still seeing people littering outside of their houses or outside of the community buildings downtown? You know, when you go from Main Street right there, when you cross from Main Street, it's a whole different area. Why does it have to be such a thing when it comes to redlining? And it hurts to see that. But it's like, why can't we just come together? Why can't we just rebuild our community? Why do we have to wait till someone bigger have to do it? Why can't we just do it ourselves? So that's how it awoken me, and how I want to make a change, not even just with sports, but as a community.
And
Oh,
you
okay,
know what?
okay. Wow.
Know, real quick,
Whew.
real quick, Jacob. What she's saying is because I want people to understand this. When you go to Buffalo, and me and Jacob both lived in Orlando at some point in that area. When you go to Orlando, places like that, you see the movement. Let's say going to Atlanta, you see people moving around, you see people thriving, you see businesses, and of course it's warm most of the year, so that's another thing because you ain't cold all the time. So but you see people moving around, and you see brown and black people moving around, owning barber shops and grocery stores and restaurants and different things. So you see your Spanish people, and you see your Haitians, and you see your Jamaicans, and you see us doing things in the Orlando area. Whereas when you go to Buffalo, if you just riding through or you just coming through for a little bit, you don't see hope. You know what I'm saying? You don't see
Not
positivity.
not
So
only in
you
Buffalo, man, but it's like,
know,
I come. We've been in this entertainment thing for a long time, so even my friends in Buffalo and Albany and Rochester and Syracuse and places like that, they said the same exact thing. And like I can tell you in Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, just Florida, period, man. People be moving in Florida, man. They be moving around, and it's a reason why people who used to work on Wall Street, they moved to one place when they retire. They moved to Florida because of the weather, and they moved to Florida because they know that they can open another business that's lucrative, and they love how people move in Florida. Like, I was just so amazed in Fort Lauderdale, bro. It was this cat I met. He was about 26 years old. He had 3 barbershops. I'm like, you how? He said, yeah, man. I didn't go to a 4 year school. I went to barbering school, became a master barber. I worked up under somebody for about 6 months. You know, got I got me an LAC, got it registered. Got a loan from the bank, started a barbershop. In another 9 months, I was able to open another barbershop, and in 4 months, I'm gonna open another barbershop. And so it's just like and he wasn't from there. He was from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And he was like, man, it's just different the way they move, and they don't mind giving you information to help you. So and I just say that and you do have a point, and for you to be so young and see that, and really, 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 um, you know, give your take on it is special to me, and so I do want to ask a question for you. So, and this really breaks my heart, but you are part of the next billionaire generation. You know what I mean? So when you see stuff in your city, and it pertains to gun violence, and I heard an old man say it's easier for the younger generation to get a handgun before they can get a meal. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I agree. I agree with that. I really do agree with that because I see a lot of kids, and even younger than me, holding a gun before they even know how to really think for themselves. So I really do. I agree with what he said because it's heartbreaking to see young kids want to be in the streets or trying to really up themselves with because they have a gun or on camera and stuff and they have all this cash and stuff. What about owning a job or owning a business? What about that? What about wanting to think about your future and how it will impact your family? So I agree with him. Yeah, I agree. I really do because I
Okay.
see that everywhere.
So what do you think can how can we change the narrative, rebrand it, and to restructure the community and control gun violence? Because the thing about it, how these kids getting guns so fast, man. Like sitting those kids 15, 16 years old have an AK-47, AR-15, and silencers and stuff like that. That's crazy. Like you're 15 years old. Like you can barely spell AR-15. You know what I mean? Like what? You're 15 years old, man. Like so. And then it was a time when I grew up. If if somebody knew your dad and they was the OG of the neighborhood, or they know your mom, or they know your grandparents, they be like, man, it's after 9 o'clock. What you doing out here?
Right.
Man, get in this car. I'm gonna take you home. And they gonna take you to the door. They gonna knock on your door. I brought Junior home. Junior out here hanging with people he ain't got no business. And they thank them. Even though your parents might not like the type of lifestyle that person lived, that person still had respect for your parents and just for your bloodline as a whole. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so what can you say has happened? Is it do you think that with these laws from our statewide law officials, countywide, citywide law officials, governmental law officials, do you think that they don't enforce enough discipline for the youth? You know what I mean? Because think about it, in in certain places in the world, a child out after 9 o'clock with no supervision, they hold the parents accountable. You know what I mean? And so, do you think that right there would change the narrative for the U.S.?
Um, how would say it? I know I'm not. Well, I think it would in a way because you know a lot of kids they seem without parent supervision supervision they seem to lose their senses and not act right. So I think that with that, I think that will be good because then they will also not only trying to be all grown and stuff and really act crazy, but they would have their senses and be like, okay, my mom is here. We not gonna be doing that, or on a regular basis, we're not gonna be doing that. I think that people the older generation, we need to stop really putting out these music videos and these videos and all this stuff on social media because that also impacts the youth. We since we are introduced to social media so young, it really makes us think that everything on social media that they're doing is okay and that it's not okay. So with parent supervision at you know 9 o'clock and stuff, like I remember I think they tried to do that here in Western New York, putting out like a little law about, oh, if you're out past 11 without no parents or guide or guidance, whatever, then there, that's like a little thing. I forgot, but without that, without that being said, yeah, I think that's good, because I feel like it's not even just when it comes to parents, but it comes from people that you're around and what you're opening up yourself to on social media, and what you're opening up yourself to on TV or movies, all that. It comes from everywhere, literally. Or when it comes, or if it comes from people you're looking up to, their past, or the family, even the family, what they've been into, what they're into, it's but I think one thing we can do to fix this is that really bring back God in the community. Bring back God. I
But
like
you're right. It's
Mm.
funny you say that because I can remember when my grandmother and her friends, and when we was growing up, like the, you know, even though I had my pops with me at all times, it was just so many more mentors in the community. So many more friends he went to school with. We talking about pastors and ministers from different churches. Everybody came together. You was going to Christian Youth Leadership Conference and stuff like that, and so and now the narratives have changed. So I think you're absolutely right, and I think we do need to get back to that. I come back to you.
yep.
And then another thing too is with your I'm not sure if this is your mother with
It
the
is.
Broken But Not Down Ministries. Is that your
Yes, it is my mom.
okay? So uh, and thank you for coming on and being part of this and allowing your daughter, because you've done an amazing job with her, like an amazing job. But another thing what your mother said, and I was thinking the same thing, is that because New York is one of the one states that actually probably has one of the strictest gun laws in America. And for her to still see little kids, her younger than her, still walking around with guns on them, let me know it's a bigger problem than, because that's what everybody's been saying across the country: make stricter gun laws. But if those stricter gun laws are not gonna still not affecting those kids in the projects in Buffalo, New York, to stop carrying guns, then that means we need what she said. We need community based programs, and we need the more YMCA's, and we need more gyms, and we need more activities for these kids to be able to get out of the streets and show that they're needed, and that people see them. Because the one thing about the youth, I think the one thing, especially in this generation, they don't feel like they're being seen or being heard. So they need those things back in the community. And I would say with Leandra, when she's saying she knows she's out here for a bigger purpose. Well, one of her purposes can be, once she put herself in that position where she can really, really help, especially maybe financially or whatever, because God gonna bless her tremendously. She said she's gonna be part of that next billionaire club or whatever she gonna do.
Yeah,
That's when she
she.
gonna come back and have that such a big impact with the council, with the councilman in her city and the mayor and the governor, and say, listen, we out here in Buffalo, we're dying, and we need for y'all to step into X, Y, and Z, and she can be a part of that movement. Because when you have power, a lot of these athletes and stuff, like when you have a power like a LeBron or Steph or certain athletes, then I'm not saying always it's always got to be your job, but if you know when you've been commissioned to do something, it's a passion for you to step up and to do what you need to do, then I think that's what's gonna be part of her mission in life, is to be able to come in and say enough is enough. And I'm gonna say this before we move on. We have another we actually a network, and we have another show. It's called with Apostle Q down in Florida. She Teen Summit this summer. And I would ask Jacob to pass this young lady on to her, because it may be an opportunity where she can go down to Florida when she put that summit together and be part of that summit. Because if those kids down there hear your story, and to know here's a young lady out of the projects who basically has broken all kind of barriers. Play football with 750 men, young boys, and and thrive. You learn how to play golf in 3 years, trying to be a marine biologist. You don't hear those stories in projects. You don't. You know what I'm saying? You may get one or two, you know, inspirational stories every now and then. But you've already accomplished so much at such a young age. You have so much life and so much more back to give. So it's like at the end of the day, like everybody needs to hear your story. You need to be on the news in Buffalo. You need to be on some of these big talk shows, and everybody needs to hear your story because you are inspiration, and you can be this generation's Betty Shabazz, Coretta Scott King. You could be that this generation that. You know what I'm saying? That's how much power that you have and how much that you just don't know. You just scratching the surface and what you can really do. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the sports is just what God to take you from one thing to another. But you're bigger than just sports. You way bigger
Yeah,
than that.
yeah, she is icon, and I'm just looking at this future Congresswoman up here, man, and like how she can really change the narrative and how no matter what city that she resides in, how she can change the whole narrative for the whole state. When it comes to the youth, when it comes to women, when it comes to the elderly, when it comes to single fathers, single mothers, when it coming to impacting new programs, countywide, citywide, statewide, and just when it comes to having that impact on let people know that somebody really cares. Because right now, a lot of people feel like don't nobody care. So that's why they be out here reckless doing crazy stuff because they feel like nobody cares. And so, I just want to thank you for coming on here and taking your time out to really share your journey with us, to really, give us some insight because you are the future. You are the youth. So, I want to thank you. I want to thank your mother for giving me an opportunity. And I'm gonna definitely be plugging with a few people. I got some email information on you, so I'm definitely gonna plug you with a few people and let your mom know when they might have some available slots to interview you and stuff like that because your story need to be out here for real.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm gonna say everybody, please subscribe to our page 910 Sports Entertainment Network, our YouTube page, so you can hear this story. We also have an app, a VGN app that people can download if you want more information on that, because this will be like in 191 countries. But this young lady, and also if subscribe to She Real Radio, TW Entertainment, that's our other radio stations we on. But please, everybody, please listen to this interview because this young lady is amazing or whatever. And it's probably out of all the interviews we've done, this probably I know in my top three. You know what I'm saying? If not number one, this up there. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my top interviews. We've done 300 interviews over the last couple of 3 years, 4 years, and it's at my top. And I'm not just saying that in the moment. I'm saying that because the impact. I love when I see young people who care. You know what I'm saying? And not just care, but care enough where they're actually doing something about their life. And especially when because it's not like you come from a rich neighborhood and you got rich parents. You know what I mean? Where they can, you got certain resources that was just given to you. God put you in positions where you playing golf, just playing and messing around, and the owner says, "Oh, I want to train her," and he could have picked anybody he wanted, and he chose you. That ain't by chance or choice. That's God. You know what I'm saying? That put you in
man.
that situation. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, just tell people where they can find you, or whatever, and anything that you got coming up that you want us to know about.
You can find me on Instagram at Lily Spread the Gospel, and I don't have really anything coming up, but all I know is that I am really doing more practicing golfing every day. Um, and I'm just striving for more. That's all I'm doing. That's really all I'm doing until I get up there. I'm doing more tournaments, but I will especially let y'all know my tournaments. I'll let my mom know, and if she can let you guys know. But you can find me on Instagram, and um, yeah.
So
And
so
and
so the,
and I can
oh my bad. What's that?
when we bring her back in the future, we'll also be talking about how she is an actress as well. I did
Oh,
forget to mention that. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
see,
yeah. I see, Lily. I know.
we need. See, we used to do. It's crazy because we used to do this podcast or this radio show. We used to do it for about maybe 2 hours. And the thing about we need about another hour or so with her. You know what I'm saying? Just because she's so amazing, got so much going on. But I
So
did want to ask you, what's your handicap?
Oh, at Lily spreads the
No,
gospel.
no. I'm talking about your golf handicap.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm
You
so
good?
sorry.
You good?
Uh, I don't really know that yet. I'm still studying. Yep, I don't really know that yet.
And your mom said you draw and you paint. Good Lord. Lord have mercy.
she do everything, bro.
Yeah,
And and,
God.
and, 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 and she an actress and she a model. Like
Wow. Wow. That's great. See, I'm about to kick her off my line. It's getting ridiculous. I'm about to kick her off of here.
yeah, man.
Get ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they ain't get LeBron James and all that on the basketball court, and she got everything in life. Like you can probably have. Like, good Lord, but I'm like,
She is definitely nothing short of amazing. So for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate.
But I can you welcome. But that's all I have, brother.
and if you got going on, you're a very busy person. So, and that's a good thing that you stay so active. That way you can, even one thing I think your mama probably thought, I'm gonna do everything I do to keep my daughter out of harm's way, so we're gonna keep her as busy as possible. And it started off when you was at a young age, and I think that's a lot of things what parents need to understand is get your kids involved in stuff early in life. You know what I'm saying? So she said your artwork is at Birchfield Penny Center. So
Yep.
what's that, like a community center?
It's connected to a museum across the street from it. It's basically a museum, but they call it a center because you can see the owner of the his name is Birchfield, his last name is Birchfield. You could see his artwork there, but they bring in other artists' artwork to showcase, and it's a museum basically. I don't know why they call it the center, but it's near Buff State College. Is like right across, and like you'll see it. It's on Elmwood. Is it? Yeah, it's on Elmwood.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay. I got one last question. And if you answer this if you say you done this, I'm about to kick you out of here. Have you ever got a hole in one?
a couple times.
Oh, mama, where you find it? Mama, where you find this girl? Where you find this young lady? Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Natalie
She
Endure
gonna have,
Brooks. You have did
stuff like this.
man the best job.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
She gonna have. Lord,
Yeah, I can't.
mama, mama.
I ain't got nothing else to say, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. We can we can wrap it up. We can let her go. We can say amen. Bless that
I'm
child.
trying to let
Cause
her
all
go,
that, bro.
I really am trying to let her go, but we in the presence of royalty right now.
Greatness.
Greatness, like it ain't too many times you get in this type of presence. It's like probably the first time somebody said they met Barack or Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or Michael Jordan or Tom Brady or somebody. This oh my God, Lord have mercy. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I don't have no more questions because I thought she was like, nah, I ain't got a hole in one yet. She said a couple of times. You know how many people that play golf their whole life and ain't got it, maybe got one, ain't never. She said a couple of times and she only been playing golf for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So what's the best score you ever got? Like what's the best score on the golf course you ever got? Like if you understand that part, like -3, -5, or however they do it.
Best score. I played 18 holes. This was a game, a school game. 18 holes. The best score I got was a 46.
Okay, so what does that mean? Oh, out of
So
18.
the lower the numbers are, the better. Like you don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be,
yeah.
you don't want to be like up to like, oh my gosh, like oh. So the 46 is all the times it hit the ball. How many times it hit the ball on 18 holes?
Okay,
And you,
so
ho. You're how old? And you scored a 46?
I'm 18 years old.
And you started playing when you was 15, almost 16? You know what? You know what, man? If we could go to a commercial and put a praise break video up here, you, you, you'll have me running all through this house.
and, listen what her mama talking about, saying she'd have met Busy Bone, DJ Lantern, and she on her album she can sing. Lord have mercy. She about to make me sick. She
Mom,
must
stop commenting on the video.
Hey, listen, she gonna be hitting me up today and be like, listen, and then I know if you did this, your baby sister got a story to tell too. Oh my God.
who
Yep.
you got a baby sister that's talented like
Yeah,
you?
yeah, bro.
Yep.
So
She's a basketball player.
your mama just hit the lottery, and they about to put out lottery too. So your mama gonna be like, and she gonna be the Buffalo version of lottery too, because when they put out lottery, they already put out lottery tickets with Bow Wow years ago. Now they talking about putting out about to put out a part two. So your mama about to really hit the lottery. So I tell you, y'all about to have a mega church out there in Buffalo. Time your sister get done, because boy,
Yep.
Lord, how many. Hey, Jacob, whatever we got to do to get this young lady wherever she need to go, and you and Nicole, the way y'all had Big V doing all them interviews, y'all need to have this young lady interviewing every chance y'all get. I'm telling you, she is a blessing that needs to be out there in the world. You know what I mean? You don't get these stories every day. You don't. You know what I mean? And that I'm not even kidding. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? You done blessed my soul this morning. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So I'm truly excited for your future. And I know sky's the limit. And whatever we can do to help, we gonna help. Because this young lady is a super amazing young woman. Do
Thank
not let nothing distract you and get in your way. You know what I'm saying? Because the enemy is going to try to steal, kill, and destroy you. Do not allow the enemy to come do anything. You know what I'm saying? You always keep your head up, always stay positive. Don't worry about people that don't want to be around you. Just embrace the people that God send in your life, because what you have going on, it's not you can't buy what you have. You know what I'm saying? What you have is gifts. So you can't buy these things that you have. You know what I'm saying? You can't learn how to sing. You know what I'm saying? You either got it or you don't. You can't you golf for you to learn it the way you did it. You don't that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? For you to go
And,
out and play football with all these boys and they scared to death of you, that's different. You know what I'm
man,
saying? So
Yeah.
and you're quarterback.
yeah,
And you're QB. What?
Yep.
Listen, man.
Quarterback and linebacker.
yeah. So she
You say
said
what?
you can find her interview with the Buffalo News and Channel 2 talking about bullying high schools.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
Endure. Please put that link in my messenger, please.
I think I do have a
Yeah.
photo. I don't know if I can share it on here. I do have a photo of me and Stevie Johnson. He was running with me, and I was he like training me. I do have a photo of that. I don't know if I can put that in here, but it was awesome. It was really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But you can
Yeah.
find it on Google. Um, at Stevie, you type up Stevie Johnson's camp, and then you'll find me running with him. Basically, they took that picture.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
That's amazing. That's amazing. So,
and that's it. I can say is see you at the top somewhere. You know what I mean? I don't know. See you at the no. Well, one more question. When it comes to the marine biology stuff, what is the one animal or mammal or whatever? What's the one? I guess whatever mammal, animal, whatever it is that you want to study that you like, oh man, I would love to be able to catch this and do some studying on it?
Turtles and whales.
Turtles and whales. Okay, so why turtles and why turtles and whales?
Well, I studied that, because I'm a Blackfoot and Cherokee Native American. So I studied that turtles were connected with us spiritually, and they showed us around with months, because you know how people are like, oh, they have the months on their shells. They connected with us spiritually, and we connected with, you know gods, and back then when there were worship. And I want to study more about that, not only just with their species and how they interact, but spiritually. So, and whales are very humble animals, and I want to know more about them, and just really know how they really
And they
talk.
smart.
Yeah, they are smart. They're really smart. So I want to learn more about that.
I ain't never in my life heard that before. An animal is humble. I ain't never heard that before. How can you be a humble animal? I ain't never heard that one before. Okay, man. Hey, you know more better than we do. But her mama said she plays softball too. So were you good in that too? You just played.
Yeah,
You good?
I was out of field. So
Oh,
I threw other. So I was playing football and softball at the same time, and I was outfield.
okay. So were you? What were you? What was your batting average? Did you never know what your batting average was?
No, they didn't really tell me that.
Okay. So, but did you get a lot of hits? So were you like one of the go-to people when it came to getting hits and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You ever get a home run, like home runs?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
At least we made championships, and we were playing with the Buffalo Bills baseball team, and we got to meet Josh Allen before he was debuted into football, like actually out there. So it was nice. It was nice. It was really a good thing.
I can't. If I can take a picture of your face on this camera, man.
Okay.
Don't
You know
don't
what's
take picture,
crazy?
don't-
Because by this time I'll be like, "Yep, time to go." You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to end this interview, but it's like it's like God won't let me. Like every time I open up my doggone big mouth, this girl say something, and I'm just
So,
like,
so, as long as you ask her, she gonna have a word for you.
"That's
So,
what
so if you keep asking her, here, you'll be on here about 2 o'clock this evening. Believe
that's
that.
what I'm asking questions like like I ain't never seen nothing like this, Jacob. We done interviewed some professional athletes and I mean, people that's really like been already, been there, done that. And this young lady, 18, and she done accomplished more than a lot of people have in a small amount of time on Earth. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't even like if you make it to be 100 years old, you gonna have your story gonna be so ridiculous. Like, good Lord. Oh,
Oh my
man.
gosh, this is too funny. I thank you guys. I really do appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go because I know you're a young lady. You got things to do. Yes, yeah. Praise God. I know. I know you got things to do. So we out, man. We out there. Yeah.
All right, man. Peace out. All
Bye, guys.
right, later.
Later.
Yeah.
People seen it, but they just don't know.
What I told you, Cutter.
People seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they just don't know. People,
Let's go.
people.